Did you know you're at risk of losing customers if you do not rethink how you're doing renewals in your business today? Now, for most go-to-market teams, the renewal process is just sending out a contract or triggering the auto-renewal. But for customers, it's actually a little bit deeper than that because they're doing three things. One, they're actually renewing their ability to access your products, your services, and your solutions. Two, they're actually renewing the relationship. So they're going to spend another period of time with you and your teams, understanding the best ways to work and get value from your solutions. And then three, they're just renewing the value. So their ability to get to their desired outcomes over and over again with you. But right now, as go-to-market teams, all we're doing is sending out the contract. And we're not thinking about those three key things that buyers are doing in order to renew their relationship with you. So let's get into it. So knowing that there's like three things that a buyer has to go through in order to renew their relationship with you, how do we go about making this a frictionless and easy experience for them? Well, contrary to popular belief, the renewal process is not just down to the customer success team or the account manager. This is where we align as a go-to-market organization to figure out the things, the tactics, and the processes that we can put in place to help a buyer get through that renewal journey with you. So let's break down those three areas in a little bit more detail. So the first thing we were talking about is renewing access. So what we want to do is two key things. One, make sure your products, your services, and your solutions don't automatically just switch off at the end date. Seems so simple, but this happens more often than not. The next thing we want to do is go to the support desk or check your systems to see if there are issues that your customer was actually experiencing that remain unresolved. Because if there are, that could be the thing that actually slows them down in their renewal process or stops them from renewing at all. The second area is about renewing the relationship. So what does that actually consist of? Well, firstly, we want to make sure that they understand who their key contacts are inside the organization. Who do they speak to day to day? Who do they speak to when it comes to contractual discussions? Who do they speak to when it comes to the product and the services? And who do they speak to if they want to do more with your organization? Another thing is really thinking about what kind of friction has there been in the relationship? Are there any kind of unresolved issues when it comes to complaints or queries or feedback that they've given you? And have you dealt with them? And if you haven't, go out and get them fixed. If not, speak to them, understand, give them an update, show them what the progress is with that feedback or complaint, because they want to know that this relationship is built on trust. And sometimes trust can be a little bit uncomfortable, but that's okay. The other thing regarding a relationship is understanding what's their wish list. What do they want to do with you that they haven't been able to do yet? What things do they want to achieve? And how do you position yourself as the partner that can help them get there faster? Now, the most important part is renewing the value. Remember, your customers bought something from you. They invested in your business because they were hoping to receive some kind of value that translated into a desired outcome for them. So we want to make sure that that was achieved for the first part. And then we also want to understand if they did get the value that they were expecting, what was the downstream impact of that? So for example, if we told them in doing this and making this change with us, you are going to save time. If they did save the time, where else was that time deployed to? If we said working with us is going to make sure that you can free up different resources around your business, did they free up the resources? And if so, where did those resources get deployed to? Because it's easy to say we save time, but if another decision maker comes into the mix for the renewal and is like, I don't get what else we did with this time, it makes it harder for the renewal to take place. Another example is around money. If you said you're going to spend this amount in order to get this result and save money or make money, did they do that? And if so, what was the downstream impact of that? What were they able to do with those funds that were newly made available or ones that actually increased? So it's really important when we're talking about renewing value that we look at the different elements of value and work out what did they do with that newfound value that they got by working with you. So remember, if you are not thinking about renewals beyond just a contract, you are at risk of losing customers. And losing customers means increased churn. Increased churn means you've got to go back to the other part of the go-to-market organization and find that revenue again. And you've got to start from the beginning, which is really expensive, and no one wants that. So pay close attention to your renewals process. Make sure that you understand how you're renewing your relationship, how you're renewing access, and how you're renewing value.